All right, ladies and gentlemen, automotive enthusiasts from all different parts of the whole big planet that we call Earth, you did it once again. You went ahead and hit the play button on yet another...
Kevin, another psychagogic episode of V8 Radio.
Psychagogic.
Doesn't it sound great?
I think I saw them play in the 90s. Psycho or psychagogic?
Psychagogic. It means, of all things, it means attractive, persuasive, or inspiring.
Wow. And either or, not all of them.
Well, yeah, either or.
Who knows? All right, well, you've tuned into a psychagogic episode of the V8 Radio podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Oeste, joined as always by our esteemed co-host and industry guy, Mr. Mike Clarke.
Ooh, industry guy. I like that. I like it.
Well, you know, when you go to the Googles and you look up this podcast, it talks about, it gives you a nice overview of what this show's all about. Did you ever do that?
I have not.
Yeah. Well, the Google AI overview states that V8 Radio is a popular automotive podcast hosted by Kevin Oeste and Mike Clarke, focused on classic cars, muscle car culture, and hot rod restoration. The show takes listeners behind the scenes at the V8 Speed and Resto shop. All true.
Nice.
The show highlights the hosts: Kevin Oeste, known for his work with V8 TV and SEMA, and Mike Clarke, industry expert and owner of a modified 67 GTO.
AI has never been so right, man.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
So there you go. And it's great. Regular segments, according to this, include unplanned garage banter.
That is very true.
It's regularly unplanned.
Yep. Exactamundo. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. That's beautiful. I love it.
But speaking of the regularly planned, of course, our loyal listeners know that each and every episode kicks off with some automotive trivia in which we throw out some riveting trivia questions and try to figure them out as best we can and hold the answers to the end, because that's just how we are.
We're stingy like that.
Do you happen to have a trivia question for this episode?
I happen to have a psychagogic trivia question for us
persuasive
today.
One.
Yeah, right on. All right, so Kevin, our friends at the American Motors Corporation gave us the venerable Rambler from 1958 to 1969, and in this last hurrah gave us the SC Rambler. What does the SC stand for?
Yeah, I know this one.
Oh, well, right on.
I know it, but it's just currently not available to my brain.
404 error not found.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting a 500 server error on this one. So the SC, it was SC/Rambler.
That's correct.
Yeah. And these were produced as kind of an answer to the Chevrolet Nova. The Chevy 2 is a very small, lightweight, two-door post sedan.
Yeah, bare bones, no factory options.
Nothing. And they came in two different color schemes, both red, white, and blue, but different stripe packages, the A package and the B package. And a lot of people said that the SC/Rambler was known as the Scrambler.
Right.
Rambler Scrambler, but it was not. And it's killing me that it's not coming back to my tip of my brain here, because there is a Muscle Car of the Week episode where we talk all about this.
Oh, man.
And I don't remember if it was sport competition or super comp, because it didn't qualify to be a super comp dragster by any stretch, but it had a drag racing connotation. So street competition, I'm just going to go with street competition because the song's over. In so many ways.
Right on. All right. Final answer?
That's it.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
All right, groovy. What do you got for your boy here?
Well, before we dive into that, quick shout out to our friend Rob Smith, who left a nice comment on the V8 Radio Podcast Facebook page. Hey, Kevin and Mike, your show's therapy for me. Oh, boy. After work, I listen to you guys and love the podcast. I, too, am a Pontiac freak, F-R-E-E-K, that bleeds all Pontiacs and all muscle cars and trucks that are loud and fast, but the Pontiac engines just have that sound and torque that gets me. Great job, guys. Keep the shiny side up. So thank you, Mr. Rob Smith.
Thanks, Rob. And if we're therapy to you, I think you need to get your money back.
Yeah, you need better health insurance.
Right on. That is nice. Those are great. Those are nice words. Thank you again, Rob. Thanks for taking the time.
Nice of him to comment on that, and we definitely appreciate the kind words. And speaking of Pontiacs, our trivia question, in fact, revolves around the Pontiac.
Oh, well, all right. No pressure.
None whatsoever.
No.
Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. How many Pontiac Firebird convertibles were built?
How many Pontiac? The whole shebang, huh?
All of them is your answer, right?
Each one. Oh gosh. Let's think about this. Okay, so first gen we had convertibles. Second gen did not. Third, I think it was a third party that did them. And, of course, we did have them on the fourth gen. So, total number of Pontiac Firebirds. Let's see. Let me just look this up here real quick.
What?
Type this in the Google machine here.
Get your Underwood out.
Right. I'll say there were a total of 60,000 convertibles.
60,000. Wow. You okay with that answer?
I mean, it's going to be just as wrong as any other answer I give, so I might as well just stick with my guns here.
All right. Okay. Well, if that's your final answer.
Yep. Duly note that, sir.
Okay. Duly noted. So the riveting answers to these questions will be revealed at the end of the show, and we'll find out how wrong we both were. So stay tuned.
Groovy. Can't wait.
Yeah. So speaking of convertibles, mine, the interior of my 62 Ford convertible is almost dry today.
Yes, folks, if you saw Kevin's Facebook post yesterday, you will see that he decided to take a drive in the rain with an open-top car.
Yeah, which I've done before, and then my lovely wife decided to throw me under the bus and called me a pansy on social media.
Totally, that was beautiful. Oh, yeah, I was never so proud of her in my life.
Well, the story goes like this. Many years ago, Kelly and I were on the Hot Rod Power Tour with this particular car, and this is when we learned that, very much like the movie Speed. Do you remember the movie Speed with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves? And where she was driving an LA Metro bus, and if she slowed below 55 miles an hour, the bus would explode.
Yeah,
right?
The bomb would go off, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very much how it is in the Galaxie in the rain, where if you go below about 50 miles an hour with the top down in the rain, you'll get wet. If you keep it over 50 miles an hour, you can drive in the rain with the top down and stay dry just because of the aerodynamic characteristics of the windshield and all that.
Right.
I will qualify that to say that supplies to front seat passengers only.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet it starts tumbling all around and toward the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it'll get in there.
Yeah.
But when we discovered this, we were on the power tour somewhere in the south. I don't remember exactly where. No, maybe it was Michigan. I think it was Michigan. And it was raining it started raining pretty good as we were going down the road. and we just decided not to pull over and put the top up, and we drove completely through the storm, and then afterwards the storm stopped before we had to leave the highway, so just kind of came and went.
No, good deal.
Right, down the road to go. So, I kind of keep this in the back of my mind, and yesterday I was doing some work, some real work on the computer in my garage, and we had a power failure and the internet went out.
Ah, rats.
And so what a great excuse to go take the convertible for a drive.
For sure.
It was a beautiful day. The radar forecast says you can expect rain like in the evening, and this was like 10 in the morning. I'm clear. So I go take a drive. I go get a sandwich. I'm enjoying my day, timing it out to where I'm going to make it back in time for the internet to be back on, because the service provider sent me a text and they said by 1 p.m. you're back in business. Everything's going splendidly. And then it starts to rain and I'm on the highway, which is perfect, right? I'll just keep it at speed, no problem. Except for the fact that every other human driving loses their mind and forgets how to drive. Mm-hmm. And rain starts coming down in buckets of cats and dogs.
Oh, man.
And traffic slows to about 20 miles an hour on the interstate. And then it stops.
Oh, right on.
Which, okay, big deal. Just put the top up. Herein lies the problem, friends. Because the Galaxie had sprung a leak in a hydraulic top hose a little while ago, and the top does not function.
Whoopsie daisy.
And you can put it up manually. It takes two people, one on each side of the car, to get out and heft this thing up, because the way the top is designed, you can't just stand like in the back seat and pick it up, because it kind of goes straight up, and that would be like straight up at arm's length, and it's just way too heavy and it just doesn't work. Plus the fact when you're on the interstate, you can't just stop and recruit somebody from a neighboring vehicle to give me a hand with this in the rain. Mm-hmm. So I took it like a man. I got wet, no big deal. Drove to trying to figure out in my mind, like, where's the nearest exit that's got an overhang of a gas station or something. And I find that and park underneath it and let it rain. Go in the trunk, grab a microfiber, dry off my interior, because the other consideration today is that we replaced the seats in this car with all new stuff from TMI a little while ago, and I really don't want this getting soaked.
Yeah, for sure.
The previous interior was fine. It was like a speedboat. It didn't matter. You could get it wet.
Right.
But now it's like, just try to keep it nice. So here I am in the gas station, drying the car off, and the wind is shifting and the overhang isn't that big, so I got to like move it forward, and then the wind would blow, and then I have to back up a little bit, because it's angling down at me. And I was not alone. There was 5 or 6 Jeepers in there also that had their doors removed and stuff.
Oh yeah.
They all got caught in the rain. So I'm watching the weather, and it's like, okay, this is going to blow over in 10 minutes. It's going to blow over in a half an hour. It's going to blow over in an hour, and whatever. It keeps changing. And just south of me is like sunny skies.
Of course.
So I figure, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to take off. But before I did that, I posted that little picture of, here I am waiting it out.
Yeah.
And, Kelly publicly berates me for not driving at speed. Which I had already done, and I already got stuck, and I'm already soaked. And then it also dawned on me that the car does not have windshield wipers.
Oh, brother.
Which was a great fix for my way of preserving my new windshield from getting windshield wiper scratches.
Sure.
I just didn't put it back on.
Brilliant idea. Yeah.
And the Rain-X has been diffused enough to where it no longer functions.
Even better.
So I jump back on the road, man, and it's can't see out the glass, drinking buckets of water, everything is soaked, and just having a grand old time. And,
I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Making memories.
It And sunglasses are also rained over without Rain-X.
Right.
But they're polarized, so they help me see through the little bit of the glare.
Sure. That does help. That's helpful.
And
That's good.
Make it home, park it in the garage, and then tap into the socials and, be called a pansy.
Do your worst. My goodness. Well, I mean, everything turned out. It's fine. It's just...
It did, totally.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, that's usually when this interior gets cleaned, is when I get caught in a rainstorm.
Oh, yeah, because you got to wipe it all down, and look at that. It looks brand new again.
Yep, so that's done. It's all cleaned up.
Yeah, perfect.
I wash this car with the top down normally.
I get you.
Now I'm planning my weekend project of pulling the seats out to address that hydraulic leak.
Oh, right,
We'll get that fixed and then put some wipers back on it. And, in typical old car fashion, there's always several steps to the project because the reason why, it doesn't have the wiper because the arms aren't even installed. But the whole dashboard from this car is from a different car. It's a 62 Ford Galaxie, but it's got a 63 Mercury dashboard in it because I thought that looked cooler.
Well, and
which had a different harness in it. The Merc that I took the dash out of had a single speed wiper motor.
Oh, I see.
And the actual wiper motor is a 2-speed. And it's not just a function of a controller. It's a switch, a harness, and a different connector and a different motor.
Oh.
So I got to hybrid all that and figure it out so that it'll grow, like all these little projects do. But
sure.
It'll get
be
there.
So satisfying when it's done.
Yeah, right. And it'll be good for my public reputation.
Yeah, it will be. Mm-hmm. Oh, brother. At least you're doing things to your car. Mine is still just slowly accumulating piles of things on it. And it's just a big, giant garage shelf at this point. It's
man.
It's pretty demoralizing, to be honest with you. So.
Well, you're also accumulating a pile of new engine parts.
Well, I wish I were. I wish I were. That would be great. In fact, I had a discussion about that with my lovely wife Jenny just yesterday. I said, parts aren't getting any cheaper, and the longer we wait, the more expensive this gets. She says, "Yeah, I know. We'll get there." I'm like, "Okay."
Nothing else is getting cheaper either, though.
Yeah, exactly.
At least she didn't call you a pansy.
She may have behind my back. Who knows? I don't know. So, but yeah, that's my little GTO update. A no update. So
when did that? When did you end up pulling the engine out of that thing? I mean, it's been a year now, hasn't it?
I mean, it happened in last July.
In July, so it's coming on a year.
Yeah. So yeah, something like that.
It goes by fast.
It does. It really does. I didn't think it would be this long, to be honest with you, but
and nobody ever does.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm right on schedule.
I mean, same story with me and half the projects on the Galaxie.
Right.
But I mean, so if you haven't been accumulating the pile of parts, you've definitely accumulated the list of pile of parts.
Oh, I have a list. And every so often I have to go back and update all the pricing on all those parts I've listed.
Yeah.
So
I
know
that's
exactly what
question.
I need to get. I know I have everything. I have my, we use hub sheets to track these projects. I have my own hub sheet for the car, for the GTO, and I have all the parts listed on there that I need to get. And all the little upgrades I want to do. And I have my own little engine build sheet created, and all the figures in there that I want to try to achieve. And on paper it's beautiful, but in practice it's not. So
well, and that's always a topic that that people mull over. And there's two schools of thought on buying the parts. And there's the one group that says, buy absolutely everything you can now. And then when you're finally ready to do the work, you have all the stuff. And we certainly try to do that in the shop at V8 Speed and Resto, because that also translates to us working and getting things done.
Sure.
And one of the advantages is, yes, you can buy at today's price point. And if it's a long-term project, those prices may change. Mm-hmm. And you get the emails all the time from manufacturers. Hey, July 1, price increase, whatever. And I hate to talk to people about that stuff, because a lot of times it comes across like some sort of fake pressure, like you need to do this now because the price. But the reality is, this stuff changes, and certain companies have a schedule fairly, like, July, they tend to go up or whatever, so you can kind of anticipate it, but others, it just happens. But the flip side, the other good thing about buying the parts ahead of time is if you're diligent and you QC everything, you open the boxes, you can head off like wrong part in the box,
right,
or the wrong color, or the wrong
anything.
Could be broken in shipping, Mm-hmm. The last thing you want to do is open a box as you have the wrench in your hand, and find out work stoppage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But the other side of that is you buy a bunch of parts, and whatever the situation is, the project grows or your time frame has to modify in some way. And next thing you know, you're going to go install a part that's brand new in the box, but now it's out of warranty already.
Right.
Because you've had it on the shelf. Mm-hmm. And I've got some things that I've been meaning to install that I'm kind of grouping together into, it's like I only want to pull a dashboard out of this thing once, so that's what I'm going to do, A, B, and C.
Right.
And so I've accumulated some parts for this, and then I look back and it's like, man, I've had this whatever since 2017. It's brand new. I've never installed it. It's like, oh boy.
Well, another piece of that puzzle is, say you do buy all your parts at once, and you QC them and they look fine and everything's good, but say the project changes, the scope of work changes, and now some of these parts that you've ordered aren't the right part anymore. And now what do you do? And how long have you waited? And now you have to worry about either trying to sell them on your own or trying to return them, and you get hit on shipping and possibly a reshelving fee that people like to do, and now you got to start over again, and that's a consideration, which kind of sucks. But or you just don't go with your different scope of work, and you just keep doing what you originally planned, even though that's not really what you want anymore. So.
Yeah, it just so I guess just being aware of all that stuff can affect. So in some ways, I see like you're a little bit ahead of the game, because the other thing is you've been able to accumulate potentially some budget to buy that stuff. It's just a bummer when the target moves.
Yeah.
And all that. But you'll get there.
Yeah, I will. I will get there. And it'll be fun and it'll be great when it's all done. It's just, right now, it's just, I wish I could move forward on it a little bit quicker. But I'll get there. Well,
the good thing is our engine building team is really humming along with lots of stuff. Oh my gosh,
they are so busy. It's beautiful. Yeah. I love it. And we have more coming.
Yeah. And a lot of Pontiac stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We have a 1970 GTO in the shop, and we're building that engine. And that is the factory numbers matching original engine to that car that we're building for this guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. You don't see that a whole lot anymore. The scope of work increased slightly from what he originally wanted us to do, but once we got into it, it's like peeling back the layers of the onion. You find more, and what do? You have to address it. So, and this was the right thing to do, is just to get it fully built, and it'll run Oh, it'll run fantastically when we're all done with it. So,
and that's
he's
a
stoked about it.
7400.
Yes, 1970 400.
And it's getting a roller cam.
Roller cam, Edelbrock heads, Edelbrock intake.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's gonna run nice. It's gonna run great. So,
I really
rods,
dig
the
that
whole
car
thing.
too. That's the green GTO.
Yes.
Do you know the name of that green? I forgot what it is.
I'm not sure that that's a factory color, to be honest with you. I'm not convinced that's a factory color because I thought in 70 they had that, like 69, 70, they had that Vidoro green, which is darker. I'm not sure that looks more like a lime green, like a little brighter.
It's metallic Kermit is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was offered in 1970.
It is a great color.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's look here. See if I can find something here. Auto color library.
It's key lime green, close
green
maybe.
That was a color.
Or Palisade maybe.
Yeah, or Palisade. That looks closer to what it is. That Palisade green.
Yeah.
To me.
I kind of think it might just be a modern formulation of Palisade green.
Yeah.
Because it's got a lot of depth.
Yep.
And it's a great looking color. And you don't see it on anything anymore. So
yeah. I think it's got to be a fairly rare color. I don't think I've seen another one like it, to be honest with you.
I haven't either. We'll have to check the trim tag on that and see if it is the right one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it's a cool car. We're doing a lot of cool things to it. It's going to be really, really nice. I mean, it's a nice looking car from the outside, but under the hood was looking a little weathered. So we're going to get that nice and get some good tunes in it for him and some other upgrades. So it'll be a good driving, good running car, good looking car when we're all done with it.
Seems like we've been building a lot of Oldsmobile engines recently too.
Yeah, and we have another one coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
What have we done? We did that 303 Olds. We did a lot of work on that for the 49 sedan delivery wagon. We did a 455 from a Cutlass Supreme. We got a 455 that was put in a 79 Trans Am. That one's coming down the pipe here pretty soon. The guy just said, let's do it.
And I think so that we're going to put a pin right there. So it's a 79 Trans Am that came in with a 455. And
Correct.
I saw the license plate, and it's the plate references like 455 TA or something.
Uh-huh.
So my immediate thought was, big Pontiac, right?
Right.
Like somebody pulled the 400 out of it and threw a 455 Pontiac in it. But in 79, by far the most popular engine was an Olds 403.
Right.
And an Olds 455 interchanges physically with an Olds 403. And so I learned going through the notes, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an Oldsmobile in the Trans Am. And it seemed, at first it seemed so foreign. I'm like, an Olds 55. And then I thought, that's a great option.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
For all those guys that have 403 cars, that are looking to get more power out of them, just build a 455 and then you can keep your accessory drive and the other mounts on the front of the car, which is the only thing that makes it a little bit of a challenge to convert an Olds 403 car to, say, a Pontiac 400 car.
Right.
There's a lot of little details you got to hit. But then I recognize, too, that, outside of putting a Ford motor in one of them things, we've probably done almost every potential engine in a Trans Am that there is, or Firebird, because we had a Chevy 350 in a 78, that Skybird.
Oh, right.
And that was a factory Chevy 350 car.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that blue Skybird. Those came in those, didn't they?
Yep. And we've worked on multiple 301 turbo Pontiac.
Yep.
Like 81 Trans Ams. We've done Pontiac 400s. We've done Pontiac 455s. We did a Pontiac 468 on alcohol many years ago.
Oof.
We've done We've done an Olds 403. We've done an Olds now 455 in one of those cars. Plus we've done LS.
That Olds 350 that we just did a little bit of work on.
Olds 350.
Yep.
Was that in a Firebird?
No, that was in that old Cutlass.
In the Cutlass, yeah. I'm just talking. These are just Firebirds.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
All those different engines were just in second-gen Firebirds.
Yeah. I'd say
Crazy.
We hit pretty much all of them, haven't we?
Outside of the 6-cylinder, I think we have.
Yep. Yeah. We need an overhead cam 6 from a first gen. That's what we need.
Or a 231.
Or a yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. 3.8 turbo Trans Am. That's what we need.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. That 455 in that car, and that's nice too, because for simplicity's sake, the engine is going back in the car that it came out of. So it's not a swap. It's just a fortification.
Correct.
And I remember looking at the notes on that one. So we did our due diligence ahead of time with compression and leak down and all that. And so the engine seems pretty physically healthy.
It's
just kind
sound,
of weak.
Yeah. It's in good shape, but I mean, we're going through it all. We're gonna totally rebuild it. So hopefully the cylinders aren't in bad shape, which they don't seem to be, because our leak down test were 5% across the board. One cylinder was 10%, which is all still well within spec, and it had within 5% compression across the board as well. Everything was within 5% of each other.
Yeah,
it was like 175 psi. So it's nice. It'll run great when we're done with it. And he's just looking to make forward 450 horsepower. I'm like, geez, we can do that in our sleep. Get that thing to put that kind of power out. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, again, that's cam and heads.
Yeah, just cam and heads and the right rotating assembly in there. Yeah, it'll be great. Get a little compression. I think we're looking at close to 10 to 1 with those aluminum heads.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun.
We're going to exceed his expectations on that.
I'm looking forward to driving that one.
Yep, that'd be nice.
That'll be a lot of fun torque. And then 2 oddball Cadillac engines in the works.
Oh yeah, we have a 390, a 62 390 Cadillac engine that we're building, and potentially a 331 from a 50 Cadillac.
Yeah,
that we're going to be looking at.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so this is exactly what our engine shop was intended to do. The Cadillac engine, the 390, I believe that customer was like not finding anybody that wanted to help him.
Correct.
And
it was tough.
Yeah. And we are here to assist those people with engines that are important, that fit the car, that matter, and renew them. And so we have what we call our classic renewal series, and that's what that's going to get. The other one, the 50 Cadillac, is an awesome project if it hits, because we're in talks with the customer now, but he lives in, where is he? He's in
Croatia.
Europe. He's in Croatia.
Yeah.
Central Europe. And he's got the car. He's had it a long time, and wants us, if I have the story right, he wants us to source another one of those engines and a transmission, rebuild the engine, and make it like appearing perfectly concourse correct. So paintwork. I think there's a chrome air filter housing would be, but the original one, like chromed. And then rebuild the transmission, crate and package the whole thing and send it to him in Croatia.
Right. Just so he can have a spare. He just wants spares out there.
Well,
because he has a car that runs and drives, and it's a beautiful car. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
And when I was reading his info, it seemed, I know in Europe the term spares is a little different than what we use the term spare for. I think in America, when we say I got a spare or whatever, it means you got one on the shelf, like it's just in case. And I think spare in England and in Europe tends to mean a replacement.
Oh, I see.
So I don't think he wants to buy this engine and have it on the shelf in case he blows this one up. He might, but I kind of think it's going to get put in service and make his car that much nicer.
Oh, I gotcha.
When he gets that.
Well, that'll be cool too.
You'll have to check with him.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's great. I love this. These different types of power plants that we're doing.
Yeah.
And the variety of doing it. It keeps us engaged and excited about doing them. It's not because we're not a production shop. We're not doing 100 crate,
right?
Same spec, 350s or whatever. They're all kind of handcrafted, different engines, and even new stuff. We'll take a brand new crate engine, a Chevrolet Performance, LS3 or even one from Blueprint or somebody else, and bring it to our shop, our engine shop, and do a run-in, make sure it doesn't leak, maybe get a baseline tune on it. But then also if it needs cosmetic work, we'll run it through the paint shop and customize it to match the car and everything else. So it's not just old, oddball engines, it's current stuff too. So those guys, they, Kerry Kelly, our senior machinist, and Ethan Hahn, our junior guy too, fortunately are the type of people who appreciate something different every day because they're getting it.
Yeah, they do get it. Yeah, and we also have that 327 out of that 67 Nova wagon, or 67 Nova that we're building as well. I think it's the original 327 out of that car. And that's been coming along real nicely as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we just finished up that 396.
Yep.
Numbers
out
matching
of the 70
motor.
Chevelle. That was another factory original engine out of that car, which was cool. Yeah. So, yeah, it was important for him to save the stamping on the deck, on the engine deck. So we were able to do that for him as well, which was great. So
yeah. And they're not all original engines that we build. I mean, as you heard in that Pontiac, throwing a roller cam or different heads or whatever all day. And it doesn't matter to us if it's going to be a supercharged, weekend racer application or something that needs to look the part. The capability's there for all of it. It's just each project requires its own thing.
Yeah, they're all their own little microcosm. They all require different things and different items and different procedures. So
yeah,
it's cool. It definitely keeps things interesting, and things don't get boring at all. That's for sure.
Well, and earlier we sent home that 77 Buick Regal.
Oh yeah,
in which. We told that story where the customer had one and his son found him another one, and we reupholstered it and everything. And that one, the owner actually hurt the motor, had an oil pressure problem, so it came back to us, and we rebuilt the Buick 350, and that was some hoops.
That thing fought us every step of the way, man.
Yeah, and it really kind of summed up to the timing cover challenge.
Yeah, the tough thing about that, a Buick 350, is that they're not a super popular engine to build, number one. And number two, it was a challenge to find the right parts for that particular engine. Because in the 77 Regal, there were multiple different engines that you could get in that car. And so when you're trying to look for parts, you look up Buick 350, 77 Buick 350 or Buick Regal, timing cover, and you got to make sure that you're looking at the right timing cover with the right engine code. Otherwise, it's just not going to fit. And also with that timing cover, from like a parts store, it's the machine work on it is suspect at best. And as you know, the oil pump housing is cast into that timing cover, and sometimes you're not going to get the right clearance with the pump impellers, and that's going to affect your oil pressure. So we had to go to a specialty shop that specializes in Buick, and he gets the same castings that all the parts stores get, but he machines them in-house to exacting specs, exacting tolerances. Costs more, but you get a much better part. So all those hoops we had to jump through to get the best parts for that engine, it was a challenge, but we managed to get it. The car runs great. The customer feeds back with us regularly how much he loves the car and how much he's driving it. So it's worth it in the end when we get that kind of feedback.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is he is out driving that thing like crazy, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've gotten a lot of good feedback from customers having gotten their cars home, and they're out driving them and enjoying them and having a good time with them, and that's what matters.
Right. When I talked to the owner of that Nova with the 327, he'd said, "Listen, I'm spending a little bit more on this car than I anticipated, but as long as it's going to be right, it's worth it. It's okay." And he said the last guy who built that engine, it started leaking oil right when I got it home. I said, well, let me tell you something. You're not getting this engine back until it's not leaking anything. And that's our promise to you. It'll be perfect. We're going to run that thing till we know it's perfect, till we know it's right, and it's not going to leak a drop of anything. He's like, well, that's fine. Do what you got to do. It's great. So that's what we do. We're lucky enough to have that run stand where we can run those engines, and if there is any issue, if there's a leak, we can fix it right away. We can take care of it. So when it does get back to the shop and get installed in that car, they can do it with confidence to know that it's not going to leak when they start running it again.
Yeah, in theory, anyway.
In practice, sir. In practice.
Well, you and I both know that we've had engines that we've built, we put them on the run stand, we ran them, we heated them up, we heat cycled them, we put them in the car, we run them, we drive them, we put 150, 200, 500 miles on them, whatever. The guy gets it home and 2 weeks later it's leaking. And you're like, ugh. And really Trevor is the one who constantly reminds me that there's a reason why modern engines don't have traditional gaskets, and they have O-rings, and they have different machining standards, because that old stuff just didn't work over time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to keep it dry.
Yeah, so we're constantly trying to put the newest and best technology gaskets in things to help overcome the shortcomings of the original design.
Right.
And generally, it's not a problem, but it can be a journey for sure.
Yeah. Well,
that is our pledge. We don't want these to leak.
Yeah, going back to that Buick engine, we had it run a few times, heat cycled it. It was great. We got it off the run stand, got it back to the main shop, got it ready for paint. And then somebody said, our painter Jeff says, hey, I noticed a little bit of, looks like a little oil leak coming out of the front of this car. We're like, oh my gosh. So we had to take it back to the machine shop, get that taken care of, run it again, make sure again it's not leaking, run it a few more times, then get it back, and it was finally fine.
Yeah.
So that thing was really, it didn't want to go home, but it went home, and it was right, but it took a while.
Yeah, and the oil is staying in it, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, but it's you learn things. You learn things from every build, and that you can apply to the next one. So if we have another Buick 350 that comes in, we'll be a lot better off and know exactly what we need to get the first time, rather than go play those games where like, oh, this isn't good enough, or that's not the right thing, or let's try something else. We'll know firsthand what we need to do. So.
Yeah, for sure. And now the Buick 350 is basically, well, the Buick V6 is basically a Buick 350 with 2 cylinders removed.
Yep.
So if we do get that
that's
Firebird,
funny because that timing cover does fit a 231 V6 as well as the 350.
Yeah.
So I learned that.
Yeah, and we've got another a Ford engine we did that was a pretty custom engine. It was that 400M.
Oh, right.
That full roller cam and heads and all the good stuff, roller rockers. And we scienced that thing out and did a lot of research and paid a lot of attention to detail on rocker arm geometry and push rod length and all the stuff to make sure that everything was right. And it's in a Bronco, and the customer brought it home and started driving it, and we had conversations about valve train noise in that car, just because that has a link bar lifter system.
Yep.
It's a retrofit roller cam, which means the lifters are tied together so that they don't spin, and they roll properly on the cam, on their cam follower wheel, but they generate little clickety-clackety noise in the engine. And I recently reread the documentation, because we notate all this stuff. We got notes on every step of the way, and it's like every time I think to myself, because I fought valve train noise on my 62 Galaxie with the 351 Windsor in it, and the little things you learn, did you check the push rod length? Are we, we got the right guide plates, got all the stuff, and yep, sure enough, it's been tried and discussed and verified and measured and signed off on. So I think in this case, I think it's just a little more noise than what the customer was expecting.
Right. Well, it has full roller rockers as well.
Yeah, it's got rockers and lifters and the link bars. And it's in a Bronco, which is not necessarily, a lot of sound deadening, and, it's just a cacophony of things going on under the hood. Right. So now you get into a situation where it's like, it's okay, it's loud. And maybe, again, the customer just needs some reassurance, because, I would be nervous too if I just had a new engine built and it's making some sound, and I'm wondering, is this okay? From a mechanical standpoint, I think it's fine. But if it's not fine, which it might not be, the engine might be perfect, but just not what he expected. Right. And either we work with him to understand that this is okay, or we say, okay, well, what is it that you do want? Because in our initial go around, the needs obviously were the roller cam and the heads and all that stuff, and I don't think there was any wrong choices made. I think just the outcome of the sound that they generate was unexpected. Right. So he's been a great guy to work with. We did 2 vehicles for him, and there's not a problem today. Like, he's just concerned. He wants to know that it's gonna stay together and be happy, and I'm very confident that it is. But these are things that you get into when you're building engines and building custom vehicles, where when you got to ask sometimes, what's your yardstick comparison? And if you're comparing a 79 Bronco with a custom Stroker 400M to a new Navigator, it's going to be a little louder.
You're going to be disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll find out, so when you talked before about the commitment we make to make them not leak and not have problems, these are some of the things that we continue to work with on that expectation and to make sure that it delivers the experience that was envisioned, right?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we want everyone to be happy and satisfied and have their expectations met or exceeded.
So circling back to the Galaxie, we talked before about my tune-up procedure, and I added a bunch of new sensors and plugs and wires and all that jazz. And I was rewarded with a fuel economy rating of, where am I at now? Like 12.7 or something. Yeah. What did I tell you? I sent to you?
Yeah, 12.9 or something, I think.
12.9, yeah.
And where were you before you did all these changes?
All right. Well, 12.9. That's where I'm at now.
You were at 12.9 then, too?
Well, no, that's where I'm at now. I'm at 12.9.
Where were you before you made all those changes?
Well, it's been declining over the years.
Right. Oh, I see.
And the best this car got was like 21.7. And so we discussed this before. Over time, things wear out, and I'm pretty sure I poisoned an oxygen sensor and blah, blah, blah. And my thought was, give it a tune-up after 20 years and see where you're at. And it's basically worse, because I was in like the 13, 14 range.
Oh, my gosh. That's right. You were, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz.
So
and now
there's
you're
something
in the 12 range.
Yep. And that was a half tank. It wasn't a full tank, but it was, a couple 100 miles, which is all I'm getting now for a tank.
Oh, brother.
Your GTO is doing better, and this is a fuel-injected overdrive car.
Yep. Well, Kevin, you build them right the first time.
Well, I did, and then something changed. So I'm kind of thinking right now, I have a wideband O2 sensor, and you do get frustrated because I have some tuning software for this ECM. Again, I'm still running the, 80s vintage ECM on this thing.
Right.
It's got limited tuning capability except for this thing you plug in called the tweaker that allows you to use a laptop and recalibrate everything. And I'm trying to go through history and think of so when it got its best fuel economy, it had a different transmission. It had an AOD, not the electronic AODE that's in there now. And I did not have the tweaker on it. It was just it was a Mustang computer that was totally wrong for the car. It was wrong displacement, wrong compression, wrong camshaft, and it figured itself out.
Okay.
So when I did it this time, I have my calibration that I made that was designed for this car and all that stuff we talked about in the previous episode. And it was like 13.5. And that sucked. So I cleared it and I went back to right now it's running on the stock Mustang, 92 Mustang ECM.
Oh,
so basically
okay.
the exact same way it was when it got 21 and change. And now it's a 12.9.
Yeah, I would imagine it's on that stock Mustang, wouldn't maybe the injector duty cycle be a little lower or not putting as much gas? Could you be running leaner? Could you have been running leaner back then?
Well, that's yes, and that's what needs to happen again.
Right.
I think it's seeing more air than it's actually getting is my guess. So I'm kind of thinking there's an exhaust leak problem somewhere, to where the O2s are sniffing, thinking that it's running lean, so it's adding fuel, but it's not.
Okay.
So that story continues.
Oh boy, the saga continues. Well, it'll be neat to hear what your final solution is when you get the better mileage, because I know you won't stop until you get it. But
well, I'm just not going to stop. I mean, I'm not going to park the car and forget about it.
Right.
It just kind of goes along for the ride. I'm going to drive it if it got 5 to the gallon. I mean, I just like driving this car. But you always want to. And the crazy thing is, it runs so good. It runs perfect. And you would think if it's running rich that you'd smell it, you'd notice it. And you do have this has kind of a classic old car, especially fuel injection conversion problem where you park it in the garage and you smell the gasoline fumes because the original tank had a vent system, and now we've got this return that is pumping warm fuel back into the tank through the EFI high pressure pump.
I can see.
Yeah, and it pushes past the cap, and it evaporates, and so I just kind of thought it was that, but maybe it's a combination of unburnt fuel as well as evaporated fuel. So I got a strategy to fix all this stuff.
Okay. All right.
And again,
good deal.
these are things that we bring, back to the shop and back to customers, who have, as we're building fuel injection conversion cars, we just make sure that on everybody else's build that we accommodate. And we've been doing that for a long time with some vapor canisters and,
right.
Different things. But
well, good. As long as you have a plan, that's good. You have ideas.
Got ideas.
So, I mean, could there be any driveline drag causing that? Maybe some excessive drag happening?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, it could come down to, I'm not running underinflated tires, but that's also on the list. It's probably been 5 years since I looked at a wheel bearing. I don't think that's a problem, but I'm gonna throw rotors and pads on this thing soon. So we'll do a wheel bearing pack, and I did, in an effort to reduce the drivetrain noise. I went to 2050 oil, where I was running, when I got that killer gas mileage, I think I was running a 530 synthetic Royal Purple.
Okay.
And today I'm running non-synthetic Valvoline VR1 2050.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that was purely to see the effect on valve train noise.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that also can crush fuel economy.
But your fuel economy was tanking before that, right?
It was declining.
Okay.
It's tanked now, but it was declining. And I don't think just switching to 2050 is going to put that much drag on it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Looking at the specs of the long block, it's a Ford Racing built, Sportsman 351 Windsor, and they specify 2050 for the bearing clearances. So
Okay.
Oil pressure's fine with either one, and I remember at the time going around in my head and talking to other people. It's like, well, hey, if I just run a lighter weight oil, especially a synthetic, it's not designed for that. Am I going to do any damage? And our buddy Paul, who's at International Truck,
Yep.
He's like, dude, run the lightest oil you can that still makes good pressure at idle, because that's going to be kind of the happiest thing. So that's when I went all the way down to that 530.
Oh, I see.
And oil pressure was spot on. I mean, it was still 30 something at idle, and when it got warm, it never changed. I mean, so I think it was safe, but that stuff is definitely super slippery. So, but it did make more noise for sure. The valve train was a lot clackier, and when I put the 2050 in, it was like putting a blanket over the engine. So,
Nice.
So I could go to a 2050 synthetic next, like a driven 2050 synthetic, which is probably what'll happen.
Yep.
And maybe I'll pick up some slipperiness, but keep the volume down.
We got plenty of that at the shop.
That's good, because apparently I don't think they're affected by it, but I was reading that oil is getting tricky to obtain right now.
Oh, boy. Well, then maybe we need to get more.
Yeah, well, whoever Driven gets their base oils from was not affected by this, so that's good.
Oh, good. Very good. That makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
Because that's our go-to oil for all these builds in these cars.
Yeah, and it served us well. We haven't had any oil-related issues.
Yeah, they're great. They're terrific. Yeah. Good to deal with, too. So.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. So, it's summertime is kind of ramping up around here. We're starting to get into the better weather. We got a lot of events going on next week, right? Or a week and a half from now.
Yes.
The Hot Rod Power Tour is coming through town.
It sure is. It sure is. Yeah, I believe June 8th through the 12th is the Hot Rod Power Tour.
You know what that is, too, by the way? I'm going to preview what our next episode should be.
Tell me. How I missed it?
No, it's the 30th anniversary of the 1996 Power Tour, which Paul and I went on and started this whole thing.
Holy cats.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have Paul on for a guest.
We have to have Paul on for a guest.
And we can share some Power Tour stories that he doesn't remember.
Right on. Excellent. All right. Yeah, we're booking that immediately. All right, good deal.
Yeah.
Either you let him know or I'll let him know, but he'll know.
He'll know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good deal, man. Oh, man. What other cool projects do we have going on at that shop right now? We have all kinds of nonsense.
So many
happening there. It's hard to keep track of it all, isn't it? I know we are on the home stretch of that 57 Ranch wagon.
Yeah.
That is just about done. and that thing is looking fine. Holy cats.
Yeah, it really is. Team's killing it, doing a great job. Owner loves it.
Yep.
I love it. It's a car that exceeded my expectations on the overall presence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was cool, but seeing it, you know, come to life, it's like, oh my gosh, this thing is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff and Meg, I mean, just laid down that paint like the masters they are. Holy cats. It looks beautiful. And all the metal work underneath is just superb. So,
yeah, the bodywork is right on.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. The engineering in the car, the upholstery work,
yep.
The carpeting. Isaac has been, our upholsterer has been just working wonders. The assembly team has been, you know, that whole car was built and then taken apart and painted and tweaked and put back together again.
Right.
It's doing everything it's supposed to as far as the way that 57 Ford had a flip front nose, you know, like a reverse opening hood. And
yep.
The goal was to see the single overhead cam engine almost as if Ford put it in there. So the finishes and the colors and everything, it's not a bunch of pieces that look out of place. It just looks right. And the whole thing just looks so right.
It really does. I mean, the wheel and tire combination fills out the wheel tubs just beautifully. That is just a badass looking car. It really, really is. Yeah.
Looking forward to driving that one too.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a really cool video on that car. We released one already, kind of a teaser, but we've got the final video will be coming out once it's done. And interestingly, just yesterday, a guy contacted us about doing a similar project with a 57 Ford Ranchero.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
I don't know if it's I haven't talked to him yet. He just applied on the website. There's a form you fill out and you can tell us what you want. And he mentions an engine swap and a chassis and brakes and paint and, you know, mm-hmm. He had to have seen that other video to kind of, you know, inquire about his ranch.
Sure.
Ranchero.
Right.
So, yeah, very cool.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I mean, all the lessons learned from the ranch wagon we can apply to this Ranchero as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is the owner of the ranch wagon is like a 57 Ford, not only expert, but warehouse.
Yeah.
So if this other gentleman, we end up doing work for him, there might be a chance that he buys some parts from the other guy,
mm-hmm.
the customer. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And we did have a gentleman who brought us a 62 Ford Galaxie. I don't know if you saw that one. He brought it to us to have a little evaluation, and it's funny. I've had this Galaxie, you know, for 33 years. It's been in the family. My dad mm-hmm. bought it. He bought one new. I've told this story before.
Yeah.
And growing up, this was never my car, right?
Right.
I was never like, when I grew up, I want a 62 Ford Galaxie. Never really thought that. But over the years, it's evolved into something that I'm very proud of and I really enjoy. And I'm in no way like associating myself with these cars. I'm more of a Buick fan.
Mm-hmm.
But a local guy came to us with a black 62 Galaxie 500
Ooh.
406 car.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It would have been everything you could buy in 62. It's black with a red gut. I mean, it is.
Oh, my gosh.
It's phenomenal. And so he wants a very mild resto mod on this one. So, like, build probably a 427, put a TKX 5-speed behind it, disc brakes, sway bars, like all the stuff I did on mine on that one. And he brought us the car on a trailer to look at, and it needs some metal work and some stuff, of course. And he does have 2 parts cars as well, so
great.
It could be a nice thing. But all of a sudden, I'm drooling over this thing because, as you mentioned before, it's like you learn things on one and apply them to the next.
Yep.
I have a list That black one, I have built that car in my head, and I'm driving it already. I mean, I know.
Right on.
I could regurgitate the parts list of what works and what doesn't on this car, right? And so it was fun when he came to the shop because I'm like, oh yeah, you need the Borgeson steering box, and you need this sway bar, you need these shocks, everything. Right. And he's like, oh, great. How do you know? And I'm like, because I've been through it.
Yeah, because I built your car already. That's why.
I have, yeah. And in his case, it wouldn't take 33 years to build.
Right on.
We know the answers already.
Good deal. Oh no, I wasn't aware that guy did that. That we had that come by the shop. That's cool, man. Oh, you must have been like a kid in the candy store.
I was going gaga over this thing,
yeah.
and he's an interesting customer because he's a racer. He's a drag racer. So he's got 3 or 4 drag race cars. His wife drag races super stock, and he does some different sportsmen and NHRA stuff. And he's built cars, and he's like, I just don't have the time right now to build another one, or I'd build this myself. So he came to us, which says a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you know how to do this stuff, you don't trust a lot of people to do things.
Right.
So he already knows that it takes a lot of time to set perfect gaps, and he knows what it takes to build an engine and knows what it takes to do body work. He painted his race cars, and he gets it. So I really dig that. And not saying that you have to know anything about this to hire a shop to build a car, but it can really make the conversations be more in tune.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more productive, and you can really get to the nitty gritty quicker.
Yeah, if the expectations are easier to articulate.
Yes,
we certainly have customers who are like, I don't know anything about this stuff. I just want to drive a cool car, and I love that too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fun to help them envision, and then help us understand, help them articulate what they're envisioning, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we mentioned before we had the customer with the Charger who didn't know what she wanted, and we were able to take her on a test drive in a couple of cars and just kind of show her what's possible, and kind of get her expectation set. And now she knows what she wants. So that was super helpful.
That one, we've got parts coming for that car. And
yep.
QA1's excited. We're working with them on some things. It's fun. It's a lot. So it's funny when people are like, hey, what are you working on? It's like, how much time do you have?
Yeah. Because there's a lot, man. Holy cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
brother.
and then on the the complete opposite end of the spectrum, but still in the building, our project management software is so close to being like fully functional.
Right.
I've been making some huge strides. You've been doing some cool stuff on some automations and some visibility and ways to click things and see schedules and see who's working on what and see statuses and
it's been fun. It's been challenging, but it's the things I'm doing on my end have been really gratifying, and it's just trying to figure out what we want and how we get there and what's going to be best for the team to automate things as much as possible so they can focus on building cool things and not focus on typing on a computer and reading so much or interacting so much. They can just focus on the nuts and bolts of what they're doing.
Yeah, so trying to find answers.
Yeah.
So every direction we've been working on and in.
Yep. I've had in my old career, my boss used to say, we want to get 1% better every day. Every day, focus on that. And I think we are definitely doing that.
I mean, I'm going to say we hit 1.5% recently. So.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But average, let's get 1% better every day. And before you know it, you're going to be twice as good as you were before.
Well, just yesterday, I think I clicked up a couple notches that went 15 to 25% better.
Awesome. That's great. You're already exceeding expectations. Congratulations. See? Look at you. Gold star.
Hey, there you go. Well, we took a little time out of the shop, Kelly and I did.
Yeah.
And went to Washington, D.C. for a SEMA rally, which really deserves its own episode. So I'm not going to bury it right now, but I'll touch on a couple quick things. I had no idea what the political process was really like in this country, of how things become law. And through SEMA, over 120 of us, SEMA members, business owners, people that work in SEMA member businesses, all went to Washington, D.C. to meet with their state representatives in Washington, so senators and congressmen, to help educate them on some legislation that's either pending or on the horizon that could negatively affect the aftermarket world. And we're an Illinois-based company, so we met with the offices of 4 different Illinois representatives, senator, congressman, and we were paired up with another Illinois company, and that's our friends from HP Tuners, and we had meetings together and we didn't meet with the actual state senators or the actual senators and Congress people, but we met with their staffs. And what we learned, and it's kind of funny, they told us this ahead of time, that our country is run by 20-somethings.
Oh, my.
Right. And that's a shocking statement, right?
Yeah.
But it's true. And what that means is, say if you've got a bill you want to propose, or you've got a problem or whatever, you make an appointment with your senator, chances are you're not going to get a sit-down meeting with the senator. Mm-hmm. But you might get one with their office staff. And their office staff is incredibly capable. These are people that you sit down, you chat with them, and they're kind of the gatekeepers, right? They're the ones that are going to say, okay, I hear you, this is a good idea, I'll run this up the flagpole, and then congressman, whoever, will vote on it or present it or draft the legislation, whatever it is. Or they'll say, thanks for your time, get out of here, Kind of the short version of what we learned is that a lot of the resistance that we're told about in the way laws are made and things in the United States isn't really true.
Are you saying that our Schoolhouse Rock of how a bill gets made into a law was a lie?
You know what? The Schoolhouse Rock thing was probably the most accurate thing I've ever heard.
Right on.
To be honest with you. What the lie was, not a lie, but what the misconception is that there's this feeling like on the automotive side that the legislation and the administration is against anything that has to do with cars. There's just this kind of the subtext, like because there's environmental concerns, there's the EV concern of, electric versus, fuels. You got this subtext, like they don't want you to modify anything. They want cars to go away. They want everybody to have Ubers. They don't want people to drive, they want, all those statements.
Right.
Really, I don't think are true. And what we learned is that one of the pieces of legislation that we were kind of raising awareness on is an ADAS bill. And ADAS is the Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, right? So these are your lane change cameras and the things that keep your car pointed straight, based on sensors and all that stuff. It's a safety thing. And so what does this mean, this ADAS Integrity Act, that SEMA is behind? Well, at the end of the day, what the SEMA Association and what I want also, and probably what you want, is the right and ability to modify our vehicles without government intervention. At the end of the day, that's what we want. But how do you get there? Well, you get there through bills like this ADAS thing, and the ADAS deal poses an interesting situation. And so here we are presenting to people that are, largely again in their 20s or early 30s. Many of them don't have cars.
Oh my!
They just grew up not having a car. Many of them, I would say almost all of them, have like very little connection to the car culture whatsoever. They're academics. They're people that are in public service. They're not hot rodders. They're not, rock crawlers with Jeeps. They're not drag racers. So, at some point you think these people couldn't be farther from me and you if they tried. So how do you contextualize this? Well, so what we ended up doing was talking to them and saying, so SEMA has this thing that we're trying to get behind, and it's about ADAS. So you explain a little bit about what ADAS is, and they all understood that. Yeah, I have that, my whatever. Okay. So here's the challenge. If you modify a vehicle, you could potentially render the ADAS systems inoperative, right? Mm-hmm. So, for example, did you know that there's almost 300,000 police vehicles in use in the United States right now?
I did not know that. That's a great trivia question.
I noticed. Out the window. There you
go. Down the drain.
But here's the next part. Every one of them is a modified vehicle. They've been modified with light bars, with push bars and crash bars, with additional safety equipment, with a graphic wrap, of the logos and the police department nomenclature. And many of those things, they might have different wheels and tires on them. Many of those modifications can defeat the ADAS things, making our law enforcement officials unsafe behind the wheel. Mm. So, for example, you put a bumper sticker on a modern car that's got sensors in the bumper that they all do, and you can render those proximity sensors. You can disable them.
Interesting.
Right. Or that push bar or additional lighting or whatever can interfere with a camera that's supposed to be monitoring the lane change stuff.
Right.
Or vehicle distance, and you could make that vehicle unsafe just by making it be a more effective police vehicle to keep public safety in mind. So by that context, every one of the people that we talked with was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So what's the deal? And the bill has two components. And the first one was, let's put a self-test in vehicles that have ADAS systems so that if you do put a push bar on it or you lift it for suspension purposes or whatever, you could push a button and it would say, yep, everything still works. Okay. Makes sense to me, right?
Yeah, sure.
And the second one is working with the OEs to come up with a range of acceptable deviation. So like how much can we lift a car or a truck before it goes out of spec to where the things don't work anymore?
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, that makes sense too. Okay, well, that's what the ADAS bill does. That's why we're here to talk to you today. We want to see if you'd be behind this, if the senator or the congressman would be on board with this. Yeah, why not? And then we would further explore that and say, you look at the pictures on the wall in the office, and it's like, I see, the senator's over here on a camping trip or a fishing trip. Oh, yeah, they love that. I love that too. Great. Well, this bill would allow you, me, and everybody to put that tent on the roof and go overlanding, or to pull that boat trailer, right?
Right.
And preserve our freedom to do the modifications that we like to for enthusiasm and not just for safety. But it would also allow a contractor to build a flatbed pickup truck with a rack on it that hauls pipe if he's a plumber or a toolbox or whatever, or an ambulance, Yeah, we should do that. So now all of a sudden, we've got 20-somethings who don't know anything about cars who are behind us in our pursuit to keep the freedom to modify vehicles. How about that?
See. That's great. Now, is this part of the right to repair, or is this a whole separate item?
This is right to modify.
Right to modify. Okay.
Right to repair is different.
Okay.
It's a little more sticky, but it's also as important.
For sure.
But what we're afraid of is that if they say, no, you know what, these ADAS systems are safety, and if you modify your vehicle and defeat them, anything you did to modify the vehicle is illegal. And that will trickle down to the stuff that you and I do in our shop.
Yeah.
because nobody's going to define like, oh, well, only if it's after this year or only if it's driven this many miles, or, it's going to be like, no, you put a lift kit on a 79 Bronco. Lift kits are illegal because they can defeat ADAS. It doesn't have ADAS. Well, we don't care. They're all illegal.
We don't care.
Because that's how
that's government, baby.
That's how they go, right? The most efficient way to kibosh the thing is just ban all of it. But so the takeaway was, no, these were not people that were opposing us. They just didn't know. So by going there and sharing these stories, we literally educated them and put things in a context that they can understand. And they're like, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So that was cool.
Well, that's great, man.
And since then, that bill has started to make it up the chain. It's
awesome.
It's progressing. So
I love it. Yeah. Good deal. Thank you for representing us, the little guy in Congress.
I am the little guy, though. So
he did our talking for us. So thank you for that.
Well, a whole bunch of us did, and it was my honor and I believe my responsibility, and I will do it again.
Good. I like
which was cool.
That. Yeah, man.
And there will be a SEMA Hammer Down HRA podcast that goes way into this. So if you want to hear more, that's the place to do it.
Cool.
It'll come out soon. So just go subscribe to that one now.
Solid. Right on, man.
All right. Well, you know what else is solid and right on, man?
The answers to our trivia questions?
That's correct.
Right on.
Solid.
All right. So, Kevin, I asked you what the SC and SC Rambler stands for. And, boy, you were all around it. And you finally said street competition. And
super.
And I wish
crappy.
that were the answer. However, the correct answer is supercar.
Yeah.
Supercar. So, thanks for playing our little game.
Yeah. Here's your lovely parting gift. Oh,
right on, man. Okie dokie, yeah. Street competition. So
supercar.
Or supercar rather. Supercar.
See?
Yeah, even I got it wrong. How about that?
It just should be.
It should be.
They got it wrong.
Right. All right, Yardley, mark it yes.
Oh boy. Okay, my question to you was how many Pontiac Firebird convertibles were built? And you went through the generations. The first generation saying, yes, they made convertibles then. The second generation, no factory convertibles were built, although there are a bunch out there.
Yeah, there's some out there.
Not from the factory.
Not
Third generation.
And they look stupid. They look wrong, don't you think? Second-gen convertibles?
They're a little weird looking. I remember building a model kit of one as a kid. It was... I think it was yellow. It might have been a Tester's brand model kit.
Yeah, to me that A-pillar just looks out of place when you convertibilize that car.
And then the deck lid is kind of high.
Yeah, not a fan.
Third generation, 82 to 92, they did make convertibles. And then, of course, fourth generation, they made a lot of them. Mm-hmm. So your guess was 60,000.
Yep.
It's
across the board.
Yeah. Well, I don't have the exact number because I don't think it's published, but the closest best guess is 55,000.
Ooh.
So, considering that I don't have the exact number and it was very close to your 60, I'm going to say you win.
Hey, look at me. Winner, chicken dinner.
That's
it. Play us out, Johnny.
A new car. Right on, Buzz. That's cool. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, just for fun, if you wanted to say how many in each generation, 35,000 in the first gen,
Okay.
0 in the second, 15 to 2,000 in the third gen, 15,000 fourth gen. But of course, the number that everybody cares about were the 8 '69 Trans Am convertibles.
Oh, yeah.
And just by the way, to prove how authentic this show is, can you hear the ice cream man?
I can hear the ice cream man.
Well, the ice cream man sound means it's time to wrap up the show.
Sorry, kids.
Get me a bomb pop.
We should tell our kids that meant they were out of ice cream. And they would believe us. They're like, oh.
They're playing the sad clown music again.
That's right.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, he just turned the other way. But all right, well, this was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun.
We've got some good previews coming up. That Power Tour episode will be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the shirt. Yeah. Yep. And tune into that HRA podcast. If you want to talk about building an engine, reach us at v8engineshop.com. If you want a custom car, muscle car, hot rod, v8speedshop.com. Either way, we can probably put you on the phone with Cue Ball. How about that?
Boom, bam, pow. Let's do it.
Definitely talk to Joe, and we have an episode with Joe coming soon as well.
Yep.
So a lot to be subscribed for here at the V8 Radio Podcast.
Good times. Good times.
All right, my man. That's about all I got.
Yeah, it's all I got, brother. This was a fun one.
Yeah, special extended episode.
Yeah, how about it?
So thank you for tuning in, and as always, keep the shiny side up and keep the right oil in the motor. And for Mr. Mike Q-Ball Clarke, I'm Kevin Oeste saying we'll see you next time on V8 Radio.